UFC Freedom 250 is almost here. Just a couple days out, this insane card will be happening. It is stacked top to bottom and could be the best event of all time. I'm predicting a lot of knockouts and crazy finishes. Starting with the first fight of the night, Diego Lopez versus Steve Garcia. This could main event itself, and it's the first opening night of the prelims. I think Steve Garcia is going to win this fight based off of one thing and one thing only. The fighting style. Gene Silva versus Diego Lopez showed me everything I needed to know before this fight. Diego Lopez cannot handle pressure very well. I think Diego Lopez is going to get outdogged in a 3-round decision by Steve Garcia. In the Diego Lopez-John Silva fight, Diego Lopez won the first round, but as soon as John Silva started putting on that pressure, Diego Lopez was just eating shots. He has a great chin, but he does not deal with the pressure very well at all. I think Steve Garcia has that pressure, that ability just to put it on him and not stop. Steve Garcia had a rough start to his career, but he kept putting it on people. I think he's on a 7-fight win streak, knocked out the Gooner Chase Hooper, and he keeps on going. Diego Lopez beat Gian Silva, but I think it was lucky. I don't like Gian at all. I hate him. But Diego Lopez did get lucky with a spinning elbow, and I don't think Steve Garcia is stupid enough to get caught by that. And in Diego Lopez's last fight against Volkanovski, he looked timid to me. He looked timid. He didn't look ready to go and brawl out like he normally does. And that scares me for this fight. You know, Steve Garcia is American as well. I'm going to give Americans on the edge here. They're on their home turf. They're ready to brawl. And I think he's going to go in and just outdog Diego Lopez to a decision. Hold him against the cage, scrappy boxing, not knock him out. Diego Lopez's chin is actually crazy. But Steve Garcia's pressure is going to win the fight. Diego Lopez is really good. He does have good pressure and good grappling. But I think Steve Garcia is ready to get up as soon as he gets taken down. And I think that's what's going to happen. Steve Garcia is just going to outdog him on the White House lawn. Next fight of the night, Bo Nickal versus Kyle Daukaus. Ahead of Diego Lopez, by the way. I just want to point that out. This guy's sneaking himself on every card. Oh my God. 300? And this? Bo Nickal is going to lose this fight. I think Kyle Daukaus is really good. No. Kyle Daukaus is really good. Bo Nickal has got Netanyahu and Donald Trump on his side. He's going to win the fight by something like satellite crashing on Kyle Daukaus. Anything. Or Bo Nickal's just going to end up knocking him out. I think the grappling's going to cancel out. Kyle Daukaus is a great jiu-jitsu practitioner. He's great at that. He's got good knockout power. Honestly, either one of them could clip each other. I do think Bo Nickal's going to end up knocking him out. He does have this motivation that might really push him over the edge. But Kyle Daukaus, you can't knock him out of this fight. I think it's a closer fight than negative 350 plus 275. I do think it is a 50-50 fight going in here. And Kyle Daukaus has just as well as wins as Bo Nickal. I mean, the KO over Michel Pereira, he did have a rough start, but their wins are equal. Bo Nickal's just okay. You know, he's not even a good grappler in the UFC. His wrestling did not translate to the UFC very well, but Kyle Daukaus does have that MMA wrestling and that MMA jiu-jitsu. So if the fight does go to the ground, I'm going to favor Kyle Daukaus over Bo Nickal. But on the feet, I will go with Bo Nickal to win, to beat the Darce Knight in Kyle Daukaus. Don't get mad at me. I'm going with Michael Chandler. I know he's plus 275. I'm going with Michael Chandler to win this fight. I cannot look at you the same, Mauricio Hufi, after BSD beat you like that. The slow and plotty Frenchman beat you like that? I think Michael Chandler is going to win by submission. I think Michael Chandler knows that this is the last fight. If he loses, he's done. He's got to retire on the White House lawn. He needs a win here. He needs a KO. And I think, or a submission. I think it's going to be a submission. And Rufi got submitted in his last couple fights. And he's primed for it. He's ready to break. And Michael Chandler is ready to break him. He said in an interview that he knows that he messed up in the Paddy Pimblett fight. He knows that made him lose opportunities. And he cannot do it again. And I do think he's going to come in and submit Rufi. Michael Chandler does have great takedowns. He will take down Hoofy at least once in the fight, and he will submit him by rear naked choke. That's what I think is going to happen. Michael Chandler by rear naked choke in the second round. First round's going to be fireworks, and then Michael Chandler's going to decide to win. He needs the win. Hoofy's good. I saw Michael Chandler sparring with people that acted like Hoofy, and it was concerning. I'm going to put that out there. He was getting clipped a lot, and he really could get clipped by a check hook in the first round. But I do think Michael Chandler's going to dog this one out, and I really hope he does. You know, he's a dirty, dirty fighter, but he's fun to watch. 2 wins, 5 bonuses. That's crazy. Josh Hockett versus Derek Lewis. It's the autistic fight of all time. And I do think Josh Hockett's going to win in the first round by KO. I do think Lewis is he's a knockout merchant for sure, but he's also a quitter. And that's a huge issue. And he just takes off his pants merchant as well. Like, he's just taking them off. But he's just okay. I mean, he's been in that top forever because he can knock people out like crazy. People are scared of it. But Josh Hockett isn't scared of it. Did you see his chin versus Curtis Blades? Curtis Blades doesn't have the craziest power in the world, but Curtis Blades kept full power every single time. Josh Hockett wouldn't flinch. It was super impressive. And he wants to win out there. He has this hype, this train. And Derek Lewis, he's just a fat guy that has heavy hands. No, he is good at fighting, but Josh Hockett also has the ability to wrestle, and Derek Lewis doesn't have that. If Josh Hockett needs to go into the wrestling, he can. He had that college background. He's ready to go into that. Derek Lewis doesn't have that at all. He's trash. So I do think Josh Hockett's going to have a speed diff, a crazy speed diff, and he's going to put the pressure on Derek Lewis the entire first round and just end up in a knockout. We saw what happened against Derek against Waldo. He quit. I think he stood on his legs. His fat dragged him down, and then he just laid there and got ground and pounded. He's fat. He's going to quit. It's time for him to retire. How old is he? Like 42. It's time for him to be done. The Black Beast will get knocked out in the first round by Josh Hockett. And Josh Hockett's going to say something crazy and throw his cup at Donald Trump, like he said. Moving on to the next one. The feature fight. Damn it. Sean O'Malley versus Amin Zahabi. Website is crazy, by the way. Sean O'Malley's going to knock him out. This was always going to be this way. Negative 425. Really? And you waited to give Sean O'Malley him? Like, they didn't give Sean O'Malley him when Sean O'Malley called him out. I think they waited for this fight because they know how slow Amin Zahabi is. There is going to be a speed difference, an insane speed difference that we are going to notice immediately. We saw Amin Zahabi basically lose to Chito Vera. And we saw what Sean O'Malley did to Chito Vera. Destroyed him with those knees up the middle. I think that's exactly what's going to happen to Amin. Knees up the middle over and over again and just outspeeding him the entire time. And probably a third round knockout. You know, Sean O'Malley wants to put on performance. He wants to, oh my God. He wants to show the world who he is so he can get this title shot against Jan. Because he did beat Jan. And I think there's going to be a crazy speed difference in this fight that Amin Zahabi has nothing for. And Amin Zahabi does have grappling, but he doesn't have Marab level grappling. He does have a really good coach in Fares Zahabi, but you can't coach unathletic. Unathletic like Amin Zahabi, you can't coach that. He's just unathletic and not quick at all. It's like he's just a really good regular dude. And he's going to get speed differenced and knocked out in the third round, I think, by a knee up the middle. Sean O'Malley's bread and butter. He caught Song Yadong with it. He caught Cheeto with it. He catches everyone with a knee up the middle, and Amin Zahabi is going to be victim to it and get KO'd. On to the co-main event. Alex Pereira versus Ciryl Gane. I think this is going to be, oh my God. I think it's going to be another issue of speed. Alex Pereira has never fought a heavyweight before, and he's going to be a little plotty. He's going to be a little big. He's going to have this power equalizer, and we know this. But Ciryl Gane is a natural, quick heavyweight. And I don't know how quick Pereira is going to be. And it really could go to, I think it's going to be Ciryl Gane by decision. By staying on the outside, low kicking at range, and just beating Pereira by that. I think Pereira will have to catch him to win. Ciryl Gane is really good. He may be a cheater, and he may have given up against John Jones, but he is good. And he was peppering Aspinall. And Aspinall's quick, too. But Pereira is a middleweight that put on a bunch of fat and got a BBL. He's huge now. And so Ciryl Gane is going to have a speed difference, I think. I think Alex Pereira might drop him at one point during the fight. But I don't think Gane would give up again. I really don't think he would. And also, he came back against Ngannou. Like, he was winning against Ngannou in the striking, and he just had to get out-grappled by Ngannou. You got to think about that. The reason he lost to Ngannou is because he got out-grappled. His striking is elite. Only rivaled by Volkov. I think Volkov beat him, but Volkov's striking is also incredible, and I think Volkov would give Pereira a lot of issues. So I think Pereira's going to have a lot of issues with the speed and the length of Ciryl Gane. I know they're similar size, but Ciryl Gane's naturally that big. Alex Pereira is not. So I think Ciryl Gane's going to stay on that outside, body kicks, and maybe even TKO him with like body shots or something. But it will go to decision for Ciryl Gane, unfortunately. I hate you. He's a cheating. I know I said Michael Chandler. I don't like him. But I know Ciryl Gane's a cheater. And he eye-poked Aspinall. And now we have no heavyweight title fight for real. But I do think Ciryl Gane's going to win this fight. Pereira, got to go back down to light heavyweight. You're just not big enough. I do love him trying to get 3 belts, though. That is amazing. On to the final fight of the night. Ilia Topuria versus Justin Gaethje. This fight is humongous. And I think the odds are also a little far apart. I do think Justin Gaethje does not deserve to be a 5-1 underdog. I think he has more of a chance than people lead on. Ilia Topuria, my prediction, call me crazy, Justin Gaethje by 4th round TKO. Listen what I'm about to say. Bryce Mitchell in the 1st round outstruck Ilia Topuria. Yusuf Zalal broke Ilia Topuria in the 3rd round. Everyone has outstruck Ilia Topuria except for the power. Max Holloway, Volkanovski, even Charles Oliveira landed a nasty elbow. But what does Justin Gaethje have that these people don't? This power, these dense bones. And I do think Justin Gaethje is going to use that, and he's going to win. Of course, if Justin Gaethje gets his back put against the cage, he's going to sleep. That is how Ilia Topuria gets all of his KOs, is putting the pressure on and the opponent's backs against the cage. I do understand that, but I think Justin Gaethje understands that too. He's got the best coach in the UFC, my opinion, Trevor Whitman. And I think Justin Gaethje is going to slam low kicks against this shorter guy. Their height difference is kind of big. 5'7" versus 5'11". Justin Gaethje is just bigger. And I think Justin Gaethje is going to slam low kicks, put on the pressure, and it's going to be a dogfight for a while. And after the 1st round, I think Justin Gaethje is going to put it on hard. And in the 4th round, I think he's going to TKO him. And you also, Cinderella story. Sean Strickland beat Khamzat Chimaev. Same deal. Undefeated guy, a lot of ego. And you know what? That is what's going to get him in trouble. I said this in my last video. He thinks he's a god and he thinks he's going to win. He thinks that Justin Gaethje's an unk and he's just going to go out easy. Justin Gaethje isn't that easy to put away. Patty's thought the same thing and Patty got beat by him. I think it's going to be a very, very competitive fight, and I think the odds are crazy skewed. And I think Justin Gaethje is going to win at the White House. There might be a little bias there, but I really think that he has a chance. And he's going to win with these low kicks, pressure, and he's going to knock Topuria out with a head kick. That's my prediction. Justin Gaethje's got good head kicks. He KO'd Dustin Poirier with it. He's got those head kicks. He has the power in his legs, too. The low kick and head kick. Ilia Topuria is not going to wrestle. He's got this ego. But I do think Justin Gaethje is going to head kick Ilia Topuria and become champion. And that's how the White House is going to go. I don't think... I think most of the Americans are going to win. I think these mismatches are actually pretty good for some of the Americans. But I hope this card is full of knockouts and crazy dogfights. It's an amazing card. Have a great night, everyone. Have fun watching it.